welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our lovely space. If you are new here or this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. Do want to join the family. We love to welcome new people every time. Of course, if you're a returning subscriber, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and watching me rant again. You see, last week I told you guys that I was going to talk about the similarities between South Africa and the UK. But in the midst of the week, matters arose. That's why I've come with glasses. Before I get into all of that, first of all, thank you guys so much for the love on my last video. You guys, we finally crossed the threshold of 25,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And from my analytics here, I can see that 255 of you have joined us newly. Thank you guys so much. I'm honored. The sit down videos are obviously back because that's the direction of this channel for this year. Because why? Like I said, we must fly. There are things to talk about. Now, from last week's video, we talked about acting fast and the importance of timely actions. And just this week, you know, if you are paying attention to the news, you had Aunty Kemi. Aunty Kemi, our favorite Aunty Kemi, has come out again to talk. And this time around, she was, you know, projecting for what the plans that the Conservative Party have for immigrants going forward, or when they come into power for the next regime. Now, in layman's term, and not to beat around the bush, the Conservative Party are proposing stricter laws and, you know, reforms for immigration, especially for, you know, people coming into the country seeking asylum, for family reunions, things like that. They are looking to cut all of that back, and all of this is projected, like I said, for the next regime. They want to make sure that people who come into the UK are skilled workers and not just anyone coming to just relocate for the sake of. Now, when I spoke last week, I talked about acting fast and the importance of doing your research. Now, when things like this are coming out and, you know, people are projecting what they want, they're not just giving you a week's notice or a day's notice. This is something we are projecting for 2029, I believe. With this information, if you are planning to come into the UK, there are a couple of things that you need to get straight. There are a couple of things that you need to know and prepare for so that things don't meet you by surprise. Number one, do your research. Like I said last week, this is very, very important because you need to know the kind of jobs that you'll be applying for if you are to get a job successfully. Second of all, you need to know, if you're coming in through the study route, you need to know the kind of courses that are in high demand. You need to know the kind of courses that are in shortages and that are a required skill here in this country. Because you're not just looking to get anybody. So if you are not looking to get a challenging course or a course in tech or something in the healthcare line, this is probably not the place for you, because number one, is expensive. They're also making sure that, you know, people who are coming in understand English. So the English test is something that you need. If you're looking to bypass that, there might not be any hope in that regard, because obviously you can tell the kind of clientele they're looking for, or the kind of people or technocrats, if you were looking for a more technical term. So they are more strategic at the kind of people who are coming in, and obviously this is something you need to pay attention to if you're going to get in the country successfully. Now, from what I gather, they're saying that they are looking to backdate this to the year that I came into the country, which is 2021, and so all the people who have come in from 2021, they're looking to backdate this new reform to say that, okay, people who have come in since that time will need to stay in the country for 10 years legally before they can now apply for permanent residency, and afterwards they need to wait another 5 years before they can apply for their British citizenship, making it 15 years. So in a nutshell, if you came into the country, say, okay, maybe favor was on your side, and you came in, maybe say you are around 25, the hope that you will get citizenship in the UK is when you are 40. Putting it in perspective so that you understand the picture. Okay, so right now it's currently 5 years. You have to be in the country legally for 5 years before you can then apply for your permanent residency, and then obviously go on to apply for citizenship. Now, what they are proposing is 15 years compared to the current 5 years that we're still begging God and looking up to God for. Obviously, this means that fewer people are going to be able to come in moving forward if the Conservative Party gets into power as of 2029. So the Lord is our portion. I also believe that this will impact families a lot. You see, if you follow me on Instagram, there was a reel I put up recently, and it was just a reaction to this new law. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please, my handle is somewhere up here. Also, I'm also on TikTok, or if you're active in those spaces as well. I don't want to say anything harsh, because I got a comment on my last video, and it was from the Brits, one of their representative, one ignorant person. He says, "You all seem to have all the say in UK's affairs and expect us Brits to be silent. It won't happen. Our people will somehow unite against this." What he's talking about, I don't know. What she's talking about, I don't know. And of course, my response, I don't joke. Have all the say in what affairs? To people looking to come into the country to work legitimately, pay taxes, and act right. You're grossly misinformed and obviously channeling your frustration in the wrong direction. This platform is to create awareness to my people, not to condone silly insurrection and insightful comments like this. Read up on the cost of immigration and the benefits of expatriates in any country and elevate yourself from this shallow and baseless mentality. This is the truth. This is my stance on this, because if this channel was targeted at, revolution or, being a deviant to the society, obviously I will not be able to defend myself. So there's a lot to learn about the UK going forward, and if you are serious about moving to the UK this year, next year, whenever, you need to be on top of the laws that are being projected. Don't only look at the Conservative Party. We also need to pay attention to what the Labour Party is proposing also for 2029. Now, on the other side of the divide, you have the Labour Party that is all for immigration and understand the importance of technocrats and the contribution that immigrations or immigrants have to do with the economy here in the UK. So for those who are in the UK and have voting power, you need to be concerned. You need to be active. You need to vote wisely. Yes, obviously there's a lot of support for the Conservative Party, for our Aunty Kemi side of the divide, and there's a lot of support for the Labour Party as well. I'm not going to say too much on the matter because this is a very sensitive and touchy topic. Obviously, you know my stance, and if I and the other well-meaning immigrants who have come to contribute to the workforce, GDPR and whatnot of this country, and are met with restrictions like this, because it's a lot, it's really a lot. So what are your thoughts? Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. I will do my best to respond to every single person. And yes, the similarities between South Africa and the UK is still coming up, but I just needed to address this issue before we move forward because it's also timely. Anyway, you guys, like I said, keep on top of this information. gov.uk is your plug. UKVI is your plug. That is where you get the latest information. You can have access to timely information and updates as it happens. Now, as a Christian, all I can advise is for you to prayerfully consider your immigration plans. If this is where God is leading you to, make sure that you have scripture to back it up. And if you have a scripture that you can always reference when the going gets tough, it makes it a lot easier, because you can always have something to go to God with when you hear of things like this and when people like Aunty Kemi start talking. Okay, so yeah, pray about it. Make sure that you are sure that it's God that is leading you, so that you don't begin to ask yourself questions like, had I known, and did I hear well? So that you people will not accuse me of leaving you with bad news. I'm going to leave you with Psalm 37 from verse 3 to 7. And it says, "Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when men succeed in their ways." That's if Conservative Party enter. Do not fret when they carry out their wicked schemes. Good night, my people. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Peace, I live with you. It is well. It is well. Okay? Bye. I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, please share it with somebody. Like I always say, comment, give me a huge thumbs up. It does a lot to help my analytics and also help this channel grow. Okay, I will see you in the next one.